Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever in the Alps, in a lesser used part of the Alps today. We're starting out just outside Eguil to follow this mirage into our station that we built last time round. And so far this line has been remarkably successful, carrying a grand total of no passengers over its lifetime. Oh no, okay, I was wrong. It's carried a passenger. Okay, well, brilliant. That's going to keep it afloat. Well, we'll see. But it's cost us, a fair chunk to keep this line running so far, and it will continue to do so. I did see a moment ago a crane erecting something of a housing type nature here, but evidently that's moved on. So yeah, from Habcombe to Eguil, I'm not surprised that we've got no action going on here at the moment. But it will pick up when we complete today's project. So today's project is going to be straightforward. As a plane look. Yes, today's project is going to be to connect the station here at Eguil using this branch that we made last time around. Let's get rid of this ugly cheating depot. We're going to connect this down the mountainside. We'll probably wind our way down gently to avoid massive bridging, down to Thun, where we've got tracks awaiting, and then we'll rattle through Thun, and we're going to be using a metro liner for this, heading out over the bridge. We'll need some more signals on there before we don't go that way. No, we spin it around onto the main line. Which is right here. So this is the intercity main line, which we will want to electrify as part of this endeavour, and then we'll whiz all the way along the intercity line here, which doesn't. I mean, it's it's a well-used piece of track, plenty of passengers on board, but it doesn't have a massive number of trains on it. Still running the Alco PA on there. Before we come in, we'll branch off and head into the station here at wherever we are, Locarno. Hold on there. All right, there we go. And then we'll do some stuff here before following the lakeside path around to Bellinzona, and then up to our passenger hub at Biasca. That's the mission. That's what we're doing. Stick around and you'll see it happen. So this is actually quite a straightforward build, and I doubt very much it's going to take me very long. But then we do still have to find one final line to run out of Biasca in order to complete the aspiration of a passenger hub hanging out there, because this line itself is only going to need one platform. Now, if we take the straight route here, what you get is a roller coaster. Now, firstly, we don't want a roller coaster. Secondly, we can't afford a roller coaster. I might have 300 million in the bank. It doesn't mean that I'm just going to throw it away willy-nilly. Now, we want to keep a reasonable amount of speed in the line as we go down the hill, and we're going to need the contour here in order to help us navigate this route. Gently downhill is our objective, with not a girder in sight, while keeping track speed 200 and over as much as possible, because that is the top speed of the metro line. Hold on, no. All right. When I said not a girder in sight, we'll take it from a time to time, as long as it's suitably fetching. What do we got here? Concrete for high speed. Sure thing. Yeah. Why not? I'll pay the money. Keep it coming. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed. You see, you're going to struggle to keep the speed up. You've overextended. You've got to keep a. Actually, you've not got a lot of choice in the matter. Where's our target? Our target is there. We're still way too high up the mountain for this to work. Right. See how far we can curve while keeping us over 200. Keep it over 200. There we go. 203. Look, that'll do. There we are. Keep it coming. That's it. So yeah, there's going to be a fair amount of mountain rescaping. No. Now you've hosed it, because you're going to have to put a counter curve on there to make it work. There's a plane cut. Oh, we could get just underneath that, and that would make for quite a nice journey. We'll stick with the latest and greatest in concrete bridging. What's that done to my speed? 140. No. 200 is what we need. Come on, give me 200 round here, and stop changing my bridge selection. It's unlikely that we'll get 200 all the way around. No, don't say that. You can get 200 all the way around. You just need to tweak your angles some. And the bigger challenge actually is going to be maintaining. Let's drop the end off that. There you go. There you go. Coming out of the mountain. Look. Well, it's a mite uncanny, but there's not a lot of choice in the matter unless I decide to take a massive bulldozer to the cliffside, and we're a little late in the day for that. Right, and we'll go over this mountain road, which is kind of nice. There you are, 300. Ooh, pacey. Now we do need to pull quite an aggressive turn here, so if I sacrifice a bit of speed. No, we're going to need to stay out this far in order to avoid roller coastering. All right. Well, you've got to pull a big corner somewhere there, boss. Because if you don't, you're gonna overshoot. You're gonna make your line far too long. You know, it's all well and good wanting to bring it gently down the side of the mountain. But we do still have a manoeuvre to pull off. We've already overshot by this point, by a good amount. Now, if from here, whoa, steady on. Right, if we now connect this up, now 119 is too slow. It's too slow. I don't think it's even going to. Now, there's a couple of schools of thought we could play with here. We either put in one big swoopy turn like that, and we want to be pointing out that way a little bit so we can swoop back in. Or, come on, what's your other school of thought there? Now, when I did this originally, it was going to be less painful than this. How high is that? That's too low. You'll see why I mean it's too low in a moment. 108. All right, no, hold on. Approach the problem from the other angle. Right, if we go around this way, take it uphill. Right, there's 78. Now, because this is a station approach, I say this every time. Because this is a station approach, the loss of speed isn't important at all because you're still in the acceleration period. Right, now, what I want to do is I want to get over the top of both that train line and the road, and then connect onto my bit of bridge. Come on, you can do it. And ideally, you can do it without crashing the game. I don't think you can do it. Okay, right, well, let's try to go the other way. Gently. Let go, let go. Let the game have a think about it. Then let's try it again. Right, you've got the right zoom now. Yeah, it doesn't want to do it. Okay, right. So maybe we need to come around to here. That might be maintaining rather too much altitude. It is. So we've got, there we go. That's got over the train line. It is a little higher than I'd like, but it's not so high as to be utterly irrational. Why am I not... Okay, yes, look, I know several of you mentioned this at the time. Why do I not just double track the iron ore all the way up to the mine? It's not like I can't afford it. Right, okay, here we go. And then we go over this. Except I want to go... I want to stay up. I want to keep my altitude so we can get over the road. That's actually looking quite good now. There we are. Right. And that leaves me suitably agnostic to connect with either side of that track, depending on which side I've actually set up here. So not inexpensive, more bridge pillars than I had intended, but I think it will get the job done. We have managed to maintain speed apart from that last big swooper of a corner. But what are you going to do? Well, you could do something else instead. Right, okay, on we go. Now this might make for a really nice view all the way along, given that you'll be constantly looking down the mountain at a goods hub and the airport and all other manner of transportation wonderment. Not to mention the fact that you get a plane flying over your head. You know, there's few things to compare with that level of joy. We are still going downhill here. Right, we can decontour now, which will make things a little more appealing. Right, there we are. Connect up. Like so. And then out the other way. And we're good. And actually, this was the easy bit, because the only thing that we were really investing in there was you know, bit of track and spending quite a lot of money in doing so. But the trickier bit is going to be coming out the other side of Thun once we're on the bridge here, which is electrified, and then crossing over onto the intercity, which runs out that way. Okay, where are we going to do that exactly? I mean, it's a nice idea, but how are you going to pull that off? Because I'm not seeing an easy junction. Or I would be seeing an easy junction were it not for this underground stuff that it's going to want to snap to. So I think what we're going to need to do is like that. Now this is going to be a sharp angle. But we had it. There we go. There it was. That was it. That was exactly what we wanted. So it's a pretty slow merger point, which is far from ideal. The other option that we have here is we could mirror the. No, you see, you've got to get under this bridge. Where are the pillars? There's no central pillar. That's good. Right. Okay. So if we came out like this, right, and then and we even snap too. See, look. You saw it there. It was trying to connect to the tunnel. Sort of snap to the track that's coming around next to it. Actually, don't sort of snap to the track that's coming around next to it. Let's keep this sedate as far as angles are concerned. And then take that around like so. Have you got that right? So which way are they coming? They're coming out on this one. I'll take it out over here. And then on we go. Okay, that's good. That works. Now, I do have to electrify the intercity there. As much as the Alco that's running on it at the moment doesn't require it, we still have to do that anyway. Right, so that's one. And then if we're lucky, well, actually, if we just do it properly, we need the other side connected as well, like that. And we're good. Okay, right. Well, this makes this entire section of track brilliant. You know, as far as spectacle is concerned, you have spectacle. Are you not entertained? And so forth. That's definitely what we're going to be bringing to the party. There we go. And keep going till it tells you can't. And then assume you're there. Hit the plus button, and we're that's a tick, not a plus. There we go. Right, so that's a slightly complicated junction, and we've got something slightly weird going on with the track spacing going on there. So, do I want to tidy it up? I probably do. Yeah, see, you just deleted more than you needed to there. But you know, if we're going to do it, let's make it look as good as we can. Yeah, you just deleted all of it. Well done. All right, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Let's do that. Keep going until it tells you you can't do it. That's it. And the spacing's right as well. And in the other way, whoop, stop trying to connect to the tunnel. And the only reason that it trying to connect to the tunnel is a bad thing is because it's the kind of operation that leads the game to just kind of go, and you've played enough for today. And you kind of go, oh, really? Have I? Look, it's trying to do it all the way under here. Right there. Take it. I think that's probably done a little bit more weird space. No, the spacing's weirdish. Weird-esque. But it's got the job done. Right, now then, let's put some signals on here so that I don't forget later. So we'll want the one there. Good. Handily hidden behind a catenary pole. We'll stick one there as well, and then we'll stick another one about here. And that should be enough for a bit of an interchange. Then we're going to need another one here. That one has to go. This one is fine because we come through a goods station despite not hauling any goods. We're going to want another one before this junction as well. There we are. Right, okay, that's now a thing. That's now working. We'll signal up along the way because obviously with the additional traffic density that we've got going on, we're going to want to make sure that we can queue effectively. Let's put one there, and then we'll run round this side. Oh, this is going to look great. Probably. We'll do one there and one here. We're doing signalling now, are we? Yeah, this isn't even the right track. This is an entirely different route you've got going on now. I don't know exactly what you're thinking, but well done. No, I think that one's in use. Pretty sure it's in use. Okay, relatively certain it's in use. So the other side is the one you were looking at. Either way, the same thing still holds. This is going to look terrific. We now just want to keep enough going up there because if I can make a profit off this line, I will put as many metro liners on here as can reasonably make a profit. Because more trains is good. Fewer trains is less good. That's the only tutorial you need for Transport Fever, really, is just stick as many trains on it as you can, and that'll make you happy. If you've got a favourite train and you stick that on it a lot, that'll make you happier still. Right, we've already done all the signalling there. Right, okay, this end of the setup is all good to go. Not thrilled about this corner, but I think it will end up looking fine. We'll just sort of see how that pans out. So we merge back onto here. Have we got our signalling right here? Have we made this viable? Looks like we have. Is that properly slipped up? I don't think it needs to be. I think that's just working. Yep, it is properly slipped up. Okay, good. Right, so then we're onto the intercity route. Let's start bunging down some electrification with no due care and attention. There we are. Let's start as we mean to go on. Now, if we zoom out some. Oh, hey, see, look, it's already electrified apart from that bit. Did I opt to just future-proof myself? Yeah, now we're going to need more signals on there because again we're running quite a lot of metal down here, and we don't want it queuing if we can avoid it. Now, as much as signals make you stop, they also make you go, and that's the important bit because it will allow you to move forward to the next signal, even if there is a train ahead of you. So fewer signals might feel like they keep you moving better, but actually more signals. You just have to be ready to stop. Now then, let's have a look and see who's using what when we get into the station here. Okay, right, so we could go up on this track here, so number 4 as we look at it now. That can be made to happen, that's not a problem. We just want to make sure we're not using hello there. So Dakota, doing those Dakota-y things. So if we tweak that off there, it's a 144 junction. Let's take this back a little bit further and see if we can't hold a little more speed than that. 200 is what we're after, ideally, or as close to it as possible. Terrain alignment collision. 137's not good though. No, keep it out there. No. Is that a bit of an uncanny corner we've got there? Hold on, that's 289. Alright, that's good. Right, there is no slowing required there. Now, if we can get onto the next bit without burning too much speed, that'd be good. 176. Can we get under this? Alright, we can get under there. Now, we're almost at station approach, but I want to be able to maintain my my head of speed for as long as possible. Right, if we come round under here, what does that look like? 193. 193 is okay. Actually, 193 is fine. Right, that's 271, 184, 148. No, 148, no good. No good, 148. That all goes straight. 148 though is rubbish. What's causing a 148? It's this bit of turn here. It doesn't feel 148, does it? It looks like it should be able to do that a little bit faster. We'll take that bit and then we'll see if we can just crop out a minor section here. I can't. I don't honestly think it's going to be able to do it any faster, but we'll have a look, and then we'll just accept the verdict. 185, 147. Right. So, in trying to do it better, we actually lost a bit. Such is life. We'll live with it, and it's going to look great when we've got lots of traffic coming through here. So it's well worth the price of admission. Right, stick a signal on there, please, and then we're going to want another one on here for the train coming on the main side, and we want one there. Okay, right, now then, the other side of the track, so coming out the other way, goes through on this one, which is more of a problem. I'm going to have to do something creative with this because it's going to need to cross over. Unless, hold everything. Are you holding everything? No, we have to do it this way because that's coming in on another line. The smarter thing to do might have been to redirect this over onto that track there. We still could do that. Could we? Yeah, definitely still could. But we don't want to. I want to mix and match. I want a weird platform setup. So yeah, as much as that's the smarter way to do it, we're not going to do it the smarter way. We're going to do it the less smart way. What we can't have, however, is we can't have a train coming this way on this track. So I need a set of points right about here to get onto the correct track. Now, where's the end of the station? There's the end of the station. So we need to come out onto there, except this goes both back and forward. That's no, that's okay. We can live with that. So if we wait till the lakeside traveller here gets out of my way. That was a traveller, right? Or was that a? If that was an Alco, I apologise. I thought it might be a 37, but it's not. It might be an Alco. There we go, and do that. Oh, hello. No, you've switched it up. No, you see, now it wants to use a different line, and we don't want that. Stop that train. There we are. Intercity. That's the Intercity. All right, so that's the Alco. Here we are at Locarno, and we're going to change that, the platform assignation. 1 times assignation shift, please. That's wait until full. That's the wrong button. Come into number 1. There you go. Like so. That's good. Right, good. Intercity working. This one now, you're going to want another signal here. Which way's the train going at this point? It's going that way. Okay, that's fine. That's what we wanted to do. There we are. And then everything's golden. Right. Okay, good. We're going to need a bit more signalling up there. I'll get to that in just a tick. We will stick one signal right here. Like that. And that will be the only one we need to take. There's a 37, look. So it's going to have a weird mix of Class 37s, Alco PAs and Metro liners running on here. And it's going to be amazing. Right, and then we stick a signal on there. And then we'll stick another couple about here. Hold on, what's that one? Okay, no, we'll stick a one there, and that can be our release signal for this. And then once we get out over down here, in fact, we shouldn't even need signals at this point. This should all just run fluidly. But I'm going to put one on there anyway. You've already put one on there anyway. We don't need double signalling. That's excessive. I approve of a bit of belt and braces behaviour, but we don't need it. Okay, good. Right. So that's in theory that's Locarno done. Then we get this incredibly beautiful swooping section over by the river, which is going to need electrifying. I know. I spotted that. That was the opportunity for mayhem there avoided. Let's close down the route finder so we can see what's actually going on. In your own time. There you go. A bit more. That's it. Yeah, all good. Alright, smashing. And that will get us into Bellinzona, where we will continue on our way. Now, does the lakeside go beyond Bellinzona? That is an important question. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's fine. Then we'll carry on up here. Still running on dirt track here. Look, that's how modern this area is. But there we go. Right, and then we're into the mess that is this station, and I might have a quick look at that, fixing this junction. Right. Okay. So we're done. Good. Hooray for us. Now then. Which station did I say we wanted to... Which platform did I say we wanted to run out of? Well, choice is yours, man. Which do you like the looks of? I think we'll take this end one. Okay, right. Well, add a new line. Oh, I'm quite excited to see this working. Right, platform. We don't have the option yet. We do have the option. Terminal 5, please. It's not really Terminal 5. It's Platform 5. But, I'm not going to hold it against anybody. Let's change this to let's go with this really sharp green so we can see what's going on. Yep, that's not worked. Alright, we'll come back and fix that. That's probably because Bellinzona doesn't have any crossing track, so it would be impossible to switch trackside. And then we'll come through here, and you're going to want to use this platform here. So at Locarno, I want you to use platform 2. All right, on we go. Right, so coming out of there. This is heady stuff. Can't wait to see it in action. But you've got to get your fundamentals sorted first. You come into Thun. Show me what's working on here at the moment. So yellow's coming in that side. So at Thun, we're going to want to go on platform, I guess that's 4. No, that's going to be platform 1. Right? Yeah, there we go. So we come out on platform 1. Whiz round the corner up to... This is actually not that long a route in terms of the number of stops that it's got. Amtrak Heritage Coach Phase 4. Right you are. And then to Eggy-Will. And then we're back out the other side. This is where the action really heats up. So we come back into Thun. Yep, it's taken the side of the track that it should. We go around this side. So far, so good. Now, is it going to think it through and come on and branch off? No, it's not. Oh wow! You see, there's the challenge. You didn't actually tag Thun on the way back. You just panned along with your camera. Stop being a tourist. Start being a magnificent engineer of transportation. Right, at Locarno, we want to hit close, but no cigar. Next platform along, which is possibly going to be... What are we looking at here? I honestly couldn't tell you. You come in on 2, which is that one, so you're going to want 4. Terminal 4. Broken it. Where's Terminal 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or is it 5 that we want? Show me what's using it. Okay. Terminal 5? No. Terminal 1? No. Terminal 2? I'm doing this just to make sure that I've got the right track numbering. So that's 2, 3, 4. 4 is definitely the one we want. Terminal 4. Okay, right. I've got a minor issue going on there, and then back to Bellinzona. I'm gonna fill this in, and then we'll go back and fix it. But we know that the problem is at Locarno. Back to Bellinzona, and then back to Biasca. Right, could not connect all stations. So I've either got a missing bit of track, or that junction doesn't work properly, or there's a lack of electrification, although it shouldn't be flagging it at this stage. Right, here we go. Platform 4. What does it not do that it should do? Because it gets onto there beautifully. And that is the correct side of the track. So if I stick I'm going to stick a signal on there, despite the fact I don't think it's the I don't think that's the solution. But we'll do it anyway. Okay, so we're tracking this one here that I currently have my mouse cursor pointing over the top of. There's a Michelin truck going on, and then we come herring down here onto this one. I don't see what the problem is. Come herring down here, and there's the junction. The junction's a bit odd. Actually, the junction is decidedly odd. Let's have a replace of this junction. All right, and let's see if this doesn't make it look a little better. Right, you go around there like that. You've actually already built this junction a couple of times now. This was one you somewhat agonized over, trying to get as much speed out of it as possible, and maybe that's why it doesn't work. Right, let's go from here. We'll sacrifice the speed in order for it to actually work. 119. That's sacrificing a lot of speed, though, isn't it? So be it. Still doesn't work. What have I missed? If you've spotted it already, well done. But there are no prizes for this particular contest. It's got to be here. I've got to have a tiny little sliver of missing track, or something along those lines. Because we should come herring along here like our life depends on it. Any gaps there? Nope. Okay, keep going. Got a gap there? No. Nor is there a gap here. Okay, right. Well, that's not it. What have I done wrong? Because obviously I've done something wrong. Actually, it might just be as difficult as it can't get back to Biasca 5. I bet that's it. I bet it can't get back to Biasca 5. Because I know that the junctioning I've got here is a little bit... that's the technical term. Right. Show me Biasca 5, please. It's this end one. Alright. In which case, the solution is likely to be... There we are. Is likely to be that this is incorrectly switched. if that was a slip switch, it would work. See? There you go. That's what experience at this game gets you. It gets you the ability to be able to spot when you've made a mess of something, and where the likely mess resides. Right, we've got a signal there. There's nothing much we can do signalling-wise beyond that, because there's going to be a reasonable amount of traffic coming in and out of here. And we've got one track remaining. All right. That's pretty funky, though, isn't it? Yes, it is, even though I say so myself. Right, so what's this going to be? So this ends up in the valley and starts in, well, and then goes to the mountain. The mountain valley transit. That's really unspecific. But that's what I'm calling it for now. I probably won't change the name of it, but you never know. Right, okay, let's buy some stuff. And put them to work. Right, trains. We're going to start off with 5, 4. 5's aggressive. 4 is sensible. All right. Well, 5. And we're going with the Metro liner. It's expensive, I know. It carries 81 passengers, which there's plenty of demand for it. Actually, it only tops out 193. I don't know what's getting excited about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a nice, pleasant way to spend a whole lot of money. Right, Mountain Valley Transit. Right, now let's make it a pleasing colour. I don't know what a pleasing colour would actually look like. What looks good on a Metro liner? Most things look good on a Metro liner. What about orange? Oh, it's because it maintains the grey. If it didn't maintain the grey, if you changed the... I realise it's kind of a brushed aluminium thing that they've got... going on there. You know what? I'm going to use a green. There we are. Right. Now, this should start to turn the station here into quite a good train spotting spot. It's not quite got enough stuff going through the station, so there's quite a lot of reversing routes going on, but it should make for quite a busy station. And We'll trot along and check out a few of these routes. Now, I've got one more to do on this, and actually the challenge is going to be, where the heck am I going to connect it to? Because the intercity and the lakeside, between the two of them, they do cover off an awful lot of mileage and quite a few different towns. How much are you packing there, son? 72? You might be on for a profitable year. In fact, you've been profitable for the last 2 years. Keep up the good work. Right, we're rolling. There'll be nothing on board here. No, there's 4. All right, well, I'm surprised. That is quite odd. But there it is. Why are you so close together? All right, that's weird. That's very weird. There is no way those two should be that close together. That said, you know, we ought to be looking at it like this. I mean, you know, what is not to love about this particular shot? The only thing we're missing now is a Dakota flying overhead and a goods route, and for this not to have just dipped below the surface of the planet. Well, we might still be able to get the 2-shot. There's the 2-shot still. You get some very good views coming out of this. There we are. Right, smashing. So, because we're trundling along the route that is well trod by the lakeside, there should be some passengers who might go, you know what, I'm going to try out this newfangled train. And there they are, look. Trying out the newfangled train. Let's ride on. Makes a change. Keeps it fresh. Now, this particular route, this here Riverside Traveller, as it is known, is one of the first ones that I actually built. I don't think it was the first. The first was up the other end, as you can see by the age of that signal and the age of this signal. This was steamed for ever such a long time. And then I built, you know, the amazing bridge work at Locarno. Yes, it is amazing. You know, I've not looked back, and frankly, in the future, there will be more of this kind of thing. Kind of reminds me of the New York approach that I did in in the North Atlantic video, North Atlantic series, which you were either there or you weren't. It might be worth your while looking back on it, because the kind of swoop around the north, around New York was really quite splendid. But there was a section there that I could never get the speed right on. Right, we'll do a speed check as we come out of Locarno. But as we come in, you do get quite the view. It would be nice if I could turn my head while riding on board in this fashion, because the view over to the right will be pretty good about now. Right, here we are. We'll come into our designated platform. Is anybody waiting? There's one. Maybe a couple of people waiting. So 17 on, we've dropped down to none. And there was one person waiting. Well, that's okay. Progress happens a step at a time. Now, you'll switch track here, I believe. The good news is that as much as the Intercity is supposed to be the high-paced vehicle in the area, the Metroliner actually outpaces it. Yeah, I mean, that's why I end up using them so often, is because they're flipping convenient. Yeah, Colonel Camp's going too fast. There we are. Right, let's keep this up so we can check the speed. Right, so 193 is our max speed, and it would be jolly good to get close to that. Plus, the other thing to figure out, or the other thing that we'll find out, is how well it hangs on to the speed when it goes up the mountainside. Hopefully, it's not going to slow too much, given that it's electric. Let's auto follow, shall we? Makes life a little easier. Great view of hub operations. You'll see that I changed up the shuttle trucks there. They're all now branded DHL. We've got some Stobarts there as well, and Royal Mail. I basically just did, straight replacement on there, so no functional changes. We'll be stopping around the goods hub again. Don't worry, we're not done with it. Actually, this might be the optimum train spotter location, because when the goods are rolling, this will be properly busy. Like that, look. And I tell you, my frame rate really is starting to suffer a bit now. I mean, the micro pausing we get from time to time isn't so bad, but the general frame rate, I think we're in the low 20s at this point. It's not so bad when you get up close, because obviously it's not trying to render quite as much. Actually, it's this picture-in-picture stuff that does the damage. That's a fine way to wreck your frame rate. Not that I'm that bothered, but we want to keep it at a pleasant to view kind of a speed. Over another fine bit of view-tastic, with the shipping and the box girder bridges. That's nice. I don't know, peel off under a bit of road bridge. I appreciate the heck out of all of this, And we'll switch over. No, we don't switch over. It's the other train that switches over. And then we're going to whiz it up the mountain. I would be surprised beyond belief if anyone were actually waiting at this one. This chap is probably going to pop off. He's going to go, Eggerwill? No, I definitely don't want to go to Eggerwill. There's nothing there. Yeah, but you can catch the train to somewhere else. You kind of go, well, back again, I'd hope. Because it's a big nothing, is Eggerwill. But this is the kind of stuff that is actually going to turn it from being a big nothing into a big maybe. And that's kind of what we want. Good. Right. Okay. So that's now rolling. I'm going to leave that going because obviously it's covering no passengers. Do we want to watch it doing anything up here? I know the view's nice, but the ideal would be to turn off all the icons so that we could, just admire the view. But no, there's not an awful lot going on up here. Possibly check the speed. Although, passenger waiting on the Mountain Valley Transit. We've got two passengers who kind of go, get me out of here. This place is cold. It's boring. I want out. I've heard there was a train coming. I'm going to catch it. Normally we would wait until the train has completed a few circuits before we decide to catch it, but no, I've made my mind up already. Get me off the side of this ruddy mountain. And I'm more than happy to do just that. Anybody else? I mean, that said, this fella in his shorts and his flip-flops, he's a hardy northern man as far as the slopes of the Alps are north, generally speaking. Right, okay, that will more or less wrap it up for this time around. As you can see, we've got a phenomenal number of passengers now waiting. We've got loads of goods waiting. It's tempting at some point to maybe consider, trying to empty stations. This one's certainly a challenge. What have we got on here? You're waiting for a free path and you've only got 60 on board. What are you people all waiting for then? Lakeside. Okay. And then the hypertrain's got some. What are you waiting for? Firstly, which way? You're going this way. Alright. So where's your next... there's a signal. You should be able to get as far as here at least. It's why we do signals. Let's put another signal in. What do you feel about that? You're still waiting for a free path. Really? Oh no, you're going the other way. Okay. Really? Which way are you going? You're heading towards Volan, which is up that way. You are on the wrong side of the track. Hello! We're not done. Okay, I was wrapping up. We're now going to figure out why all this is broken. You're on the right side of the track. Why is this idiot hypertrain on the wrong side? Which part of... Well, at what point did you think that turning around was the right idea? Okay, it makes this passenger count slightly less trustworthy. Because obviously it's been waiting for this Burke. I know, we're going to look at all the ones that are broken in a minute, but we'll wait and see if this one unscrews the situation in short order. I didn't need that other signal, but I thought he was facing the right way, and he wasn't. Right, up the tempo. Come on, we're on problem solving. 380 on board. How are we doing? Made 5.5 million last year. He's not going to make that this year because he spent a fair shake of time just knocking it around Bern. Alright, good. Is that now unhosed? Train 2. Alright. Speak to me of your woes, Train 2. You should be... What's going on here? Who even are you? We've got... Oh, look at this. Logs jammed. Right. Show me everything that's happening around here. Now, we're not seeing any routes going in the wrong direction. But what we are seeing is a train going in the wrong direction. Turn around. Get out. Yeah, you're the one causing the problems, mush. So that's Wolfenschiessen and Bergen. That's quite odd. And I've found that the game starts to do this more commonly as you get towards the late game. Is every time you add new track in, the likelihood that confusion from your existing routes crops up is significant. I think in future what I'll probably do is when I set the tracks up in the first place, I will lock in every station, so every platform, rather than leaving it to chance, because chance leads to this kind of idiocy. Right, the next one should be along just behind it. Unless it too is trying some kind of reversing action. Where are you heading to? You are the homage to the Great Western. Yeah, okay. That's clearly a dodge there. Oh yeah, I called it the Great Western originally, and then someone recommended that was a terrible thing to call it. Also, the carriages I've got on there are wrong. I know all of this already. I'll replace it with something else a bit later on. Okay, that appears to have unhosed those two. we're going to assume train 4 is under flipping ground. Alright. Alright, where's train 58? Underground. Train 51? Topside. Okay, which way are you heading? You should be going that way. Try turning around. Yeah, what do you know? For some reason, it had been turned around. Right, train 4. Turn around. Let's see if that fixes you up. Hold on. Was that the right one? No, you just turned around train 54, and it is now going the wrong way. Turn it around again. There we go. Stop turning that one around now. Train 4, pull it up. Turn it around. Back on the Vits Now underground. And while you're making stack loads of cash, it's actually quite tricky to spot that you've got broken stuff. And once in a while I glance up at the attention there. You've got broken stuff. Now you are definitely going the wrong way now. Okay, that means that there is an idiot behind you. Now, it might be a sister train that is the aforementioned idiot. We'll have a look in a sec. But you should really know better. And actually, this problem is not going to resolve itself when you get into the station, because you're just going to go back exactly the same way. Let's check that the route's set up correctly, which obviously it is. So where were you struggling exactly? All right, there's a train under there, which we can't see because it's underground. I am through with underground stations. Don't get me wrong. I like a bit of underground, but let's get it happening. Right. Okay, you are stopped. Let's try turning it around. Which way are you going? You're going toward Erstfeld, which is the right way, I think. Is it going to break the surface at any point? I think the whole thing is pretty much underground, isn't it? Because Erstfeld is an underground station. Whoa, look at this lot for a lot of traffic. On a dirt road as well. All right. Not to mention the fact you've even got people walking from, what's that? Is that Altdorf up to Erstfeld. That is surely a public transportation opportunity as we wait for the homage to the Great Western. Hold on. You wait for the homage to the Great Western. You're not waiting for the Vits Now Underground, are you? That's a bit of a worry. Right, let's see if this ends up on the right side of the track, should it ever break the surface. In fact, we can do it by just jumping on. There we go. We are going the right way. Well, that's a relief. Look at all of this lot. That is a lot of people. Right. And as you saw out the end there, that was the upside down waiting for us over there. Okay, right. This appears to be rolling correctly again now. I don't know. I don't know why it went wrong, but I do know that trains occasionally get confused when you create late updates. Oh, it really doesn't like travelling underground at this point. Has to have a pause and a bit of a think on a regular basis, unless that was the end of the year. Oh no, that was the autosave. Oh, well done, autosave. Good job. Get yourself in line for a promotion. Right, there you go. That will wrap it up for this time. Let's go and have a check in on the Metro liner and make sure that that's operational. What we've got coming up. So I'm planning something a little bit special for you. Yep, there you go. I've said that out loud, so it means I'm going to have to follow through. If it works, it's actually kind of cool. I'm going to place quite a lot of emphasis on if it works. Anyway, in the next episode, what we're going to aim to do is, I don't know, finalise the commuter route that we've, the passenger hub that we've been establishing, and I'm going to need to figure out the best place to do that, because so far I don't have any real notion. 8 passengers now waiting to get out of Eggerville. That's quite promising. I'd quite like to see if anybody is coming in. Now, obviously, plumbing in a commuter route here would be quite helpful. So, you know, bringing in some of the more distant passengers to the station. But at the moment, I don't think it's necessary. That's no longer flashing. Where's my metro liner? Zzz. That's your question right there. Maybe Thun holds the answer. Oh, there's one. Or is it? No, that's just where the passengers are hanging out on the station waiting for it to happen. Yeah, okay, right. Well, look, we'll clock one in due course, I'm sure. Especially if we follow the track. Right, well, we should definitely, you know, the further we go this way, the likelihood that we spot one should increase exponentially. We're getting really quite close to the end of the road here. Right, there's one. 56 on board. That's more like it. I thought I put 5 on there. They can't all be bunched up this end, surely. Although I did nothing to space them manually, so, you know, maybe they are bunched up this end. There's another one. What are you packing? 53. That's good. Alright, there's another one. He's waiting. 81 on board. That's good. Now, hopefully, these chaps will space out a little bit. If I let it run for a bit, it probably will. 51 on board. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for that one to go. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, they're just going to have to, you know, space out a bit. But yeah, okay, so what I'm thinking, possibly, is that with the last platform that we need to hook up, that I think outside of the box and hit up Frutigen and maybe Candesteg as well. I don't like it much as a route, has to be said, but that would appear to be the fruit of low lying that may make it work. Anyway, thanks for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. We're getting very close to the end of the series now. Because I've explored most of the ideas that I started out wanting to have a look at, and the money problems are all resolved. The goods hub's working. It could be better, but it still works. So it's time to be thinking of alternate new projects, and we'll end the series with a live stream where we can do a bit of polishing and where the legacy special will be revealed. Anyway, chuck a like at this one if you have enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the remainder of this series and the start of the next one. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch up with you soon. Cheerio!